But
ends it.
That kick itself, you saw it. Look.
Watch the indent form. I fought for him a decade or so ago, a little more than a decade at this point. God, I can't do this. So I want to talk to you about Michael Venom Page. He is maybe the greatest fighter Bellator has ever... Shut up! So Michael Venom Page did it again. He went into Bellator coming off 2 losses in a row, a very close split decision for his belt, and then a loss in a bare-knuckle fight against Mike Perry. It was kind of nuts that he lost that. I mean, he was such a big overdog. But sometimes just biting down and swinging like Perry tends to do is all it takes to beat a high technicality kind of fighter. So, 2 losses in a row, he's back. 23 seconds it took him to win. 23 seconds. Through 1 kick, shattered his knee. He fought Goti Yamacha. Sorry, it's one of those foreign names. My American tongue has a hard time pronouncing it. Goti Yamacha, who had a record of 25-5 going into the fight against Michael Venom Page, who might be the most, I'll say underrated, because not most people know him, but if you were to talk to him, he's the most overrated fighter that's ever been. He is very high on himself. He's got an incredible record, 22 wins, 2 losses. One of his losses was against Lima, brutal knockout, only time he's ever been knocked out. And he came back and avenged it. Very close split decision, but he avenged it. Now, his next loss was another split decision loss. Very close going into the decision. Nobody knew who was going to win, and Venom Page lost. Now, Venom he's a Bellator fighter. He's almost born and raised in Bellator. He has fought a lot. And if you look at his record, he's fought some guys with really good records too. He's not fighting just cans. He's fighting people a lot of us Americans don't know because he is a foreign fighter. He's a British fighter. And he fights a lot of British, European, Asian fighters himself. Now, last night, went into this octagon. They circled, no strikes being thrown, just moving. 1 kick, boom, throw it. It hit Goti's knee, and you can see immediately that knee indents. I've never seen something like that before. Maybe when Anderson Silva threw the kick against Chris Weidman, or when Chris Weidman threw the kick against Uriah Hall. That was a bigger indent, but it looked painful. Now, I've gotten a couple questions like, Sam, how did that not hurt Michael Venom Page? And the answer is, I'm sure it did. I'm sure he's icing his leg today because he threw that. I mean, he threw his kick like a baseball bat hitting a ball. He threw that kick with ill intent, and it landed. Even though, something's got to give, and in this case, it was Goti's knee. It was something to be seen. Now, Michael Venom Page, where does he go from here after a dominating win like that? I don't know that he's going to get a rematch for the title right off the bat because he is technically coming off a loss to Mike Perry, which nobody saw coming. But I could see him getting one more fight and then get back into that title talk, the title contention. I mean, he is in the contention, but he will get back into that title where people think, okay, Venom Page he's going to get that title back, which doesn't happen often. But I think he could do it. Now, one of his big advantages, he's a taekwondo karate kind of style. I mean, he's very out there, very elusive, very hard to hit. But one of his biggest advantages is how tall he is. He's 170. He's a 170 fighter. And the dude's got to be 6'3", 6'4". Whatever the stats say, the stats are never correct. For years, the UFC told me that my reach was 75.5 inches. I have measured it. I have a 77-inch reach. It is just what it is. And I don't stretch. I don't do anything. So the stats aren't right necessarily. I've met Michael Venom Page one time, a long time ago, and he was taller than me. I know I am 6'1 3/4. I mean 6'2". My driver's license says 6'2", so that is what I am. And he was at least an inch taller than me. Very spindly, but it's just he's not bulked up like I would wish I was. He just uses his body, uses his frame, uses his length better than most people. He moves well, he grooves well, and he just has a good advantage on the feet because of how fast he is and that range that he can control. Fighters similar to him, a fight I would love to see is him versus Wonderboy Thompson. Different divisions, different leagues, but it's a fight that would be a lot of fun to fight, a lot of fun to watch. So if you guys get a chance, go watch some of Michael Venom Page's highlight reel because he's got a lot of them. He fought my good friend Fernando Gonzalez to a decision, and it wasn't a great fight. It was kind of a boring fight. Venom just kept backing up, would not engage with my boy Fernando. But Fernando just couldn't. Fernando's a shorter 170er. I think there was almost a foot difference just now. Not that much, but there was a good 6-inch difference. So go check out the fight. I'm going to post it here so you can see the damage is done. And just, it's cool. I mean, for MMA fans like all you guys watching this, support everything. I know you all complain about fighter pay. I've never complained about it because I'm getting paid. But I know the fans have a big deal with it. A good way, the best way, the only way to increase fighter pay is watch everything. Watch the UFC, watch Bellator, watch PFL, watch ONE FC, watch the bare knuckle stuff. Give the fighters options of places they can go. That's my 2 cents. Michael Venom Page won again. It was very incredible. And here's the clip.
Knockout win in his Bellator MMA debut. That kick ends it.
That kick itself, you saw it. Look.